Welcome to the Etihad Cargo Connections with Stan Furlong magazine. I'm your host today, Aurelian Dermir. Today, we are delighted to have Naif Al Suliman with us, a passionate figure in the world of horse racing. Join us as we embark on a remarkable journey from a love for horses to the intricacies of Bloodstock at Alsuliman stud. Get ready for insights into his daily experiences, the exciting addition of Bloodstock, and his thoughts on the evolving landscape of racing in Saudi. Stay tuned for an engaging conversation with a key player shaping the future of the sport. So, Naif, how are you doing, first of all?
All good, all good. Thank you very much for this question. Just finished with the work with the horses and have some rest and talking to you. I'm very happy to talking to you here, and hopefully we can answer a good on your question.
I hope so. That sounds great. So first of all, we'd like to begin from the very start so that, our readers can understand the journey or your journey in horse racing. So where did your passion for horses and especially, horse racing come from?
My father, he's a breeder now for 30 years. He working with the horses. And when I was 5 years old, I coming with him to the farm, and now I working with him and I helped him at the farm because maybe he's getting too old a bit, and he makes me to love this sport, and I was going with him to the sales here in Saudi and buying a horses, and when he was go to outside to touch souls, and he was bring with him a box of the sales to me to Saudi, and I was riding that, and year after year now we are working with the horses and doing good.
That's amazing. So it's a family business in a way, right?
Yeah, of course. It's all my brothers and all my family, they are working in a horse business.
Oh.
And my father now, he is maybe a breeder for 40 years.
Wow, that's amazing. And what was it that really drew you into, this bloodstock side of things?
When I was too young, I love the sales a lot.
Okay.
And I love to select the horses. uh, I love to find the champions.
For sure.
And there is, and when I was too young, I see the horses coming to Saudi. I didn't see a lots of bloodstock agents in this business,
Interesting.
So that idea come to my mind to will be the first bloodstock agent in Saudi Arabia, and I start doing that from 2023. It was my start in this business, and now my company is, I will say it's number one in Saudi for bring the horses in. And the first year you're buying more than 110 horses from all the world.
That's amazing.
So I would say that's not easy. You have to take a lots of time to do that, to make the owners and the breeders trust you.
Of course.
And now maybe we buying in 2000 last year in 2023 more than 110 horses.
That's amazing. So talking about Alsuliman stud, how did your involvement begin?
Alsuliman stud is very, very big stud here in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And more than 25 mares, and every year we're buying maybe 30 or 20 mares from US and Europe, and every year we buying a lots of mares and breed them, and we sold every year in the yearling sale here in Saudi. Our earnings in the sale more than 2 million, and so that's we usually focus to bring the good bloodline for Saudi Arabia with our mares. So we select the mares in a good way and buying them. When we select the mares, we focus on the mares doing good in Saudi Arabia,
Sure, that makes sense.
So that's make us maybe the best farm sales every year and the yearling sale here in Saudi.
I understand. And could you tell us a little bit more about your day? Let's say, what's it like to work there, each day?
Each day, maybe the day starts with the horses. Maybe in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, we start to feeding the mares, and then bring them to the boxes inside, because in the morning will be too cold on the mares, and
Okay.
feed them and they are safe and sound. When they was the last night, they was eating good and they eat all their food. And then clean before we bring them to the boxes, we clean them, make them very good, and then we bring them to the box to have their lunch and relax. In the afternoon, they go to the paddock outside and have some relax. And then we work with the weanlings and the yearlings to make them walk and clean them every day. So
That is a lot of work.
yeah.
So we understand that you will be bringing Bradster to your setup. How did that deal come about?
You know, we was looking for a stallion to make the marketing in Saudi doing very good for breeding in Saudi Arabia. I would say it's not easy to bring like this stallion in Saudi Arabia,
Why?
because Brightster, he's a Group 1 winner, and he win, and Stephen Foster, and when you back to his bloodline, you will see Scat Daddy and Grand Salam, and that's not easy to coming with in the bloodline with the stallion. And Brightster, he win a Stephen Foster Group 1, and he win a 3 times Group 3 winner and 2 times Group 2 winners, and a strong tracks like Churchill Downs, Mammoth, and US. And he is the best sire in Texas for 3 years. And from that, I just want to say thank you for Mr. Donnie. It's a Valor Farm, and because we buy the stallion from Valor Farm, a lot of stallions coming to Saudi in the last few years, but it's not easy to see a Group 1 horse and the strong sire, because now Brightster, maybe he have a 40 winners in US, and 10 of them is black type winners, you know. And when we was looking for stallion, when we see Brightster, we see his bloodline we're doing very good with the mares in Saudi Arabia, because when we back to the mares coming to the Saudi from all the world, when we see the bloodline with the Brightster, that's maybe 90% give us A+ with that result, you know. So Brightster, I would say a lot of people are interested to see him when he come. I welcoming everyone, all the breeders here, come to see him when he come and take pictures with him, and hopefully he doing good.
For sure. That sounds amazing. What was it that drew you to him? What did you find in him, really?
You know, like I said, we was looking for a stallion.
Sure.
I was like it maybe 20 stallions in US,
Okay.
but Brightster, I like him because a lots of things, because he's a Group 1 winner,
Mhm.
and he is a sire for our winners,
Mhm.
and his bloodline, I liked him a lot. I like Scat Daddy a lot with that. I think Brightster, he will be soon, and hopefully that happen. He will be, after a few years, he will be the best stallion in Saudi.
Wow.
Hopefully so.
Let's hope, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk more generally. What makes a good sire for you?
Uh, when you're buying a sire, you have to focus on one thing before you see anything.
Okay.
You have to focus, this stallion, he have a winners, because if he didn't have a winners, you see he's not good if he didn't have any winners.
Sure.
So if he have a winners like Brightster, 40 winners, 10 of them is black type winners. So that's not easy, you know. And the Brightster, he is the top stallion in Texas for 3 years. And he was standing in the best farm in Texas, is Valor Farm. So that's it.
In this way, it's easier to find a good sire. But on the other side of thing, what makes a good foal? How do you know early whether or not this horse will be suited to racing?
Always when you see the horses, if that will be good for racing or not. For me, I didn't looking for a beige. I just looking for the confirmation on the horse.
Okay.
When I buying a horses, I always looking for the sound horses. He walking good, correct, no issues with the X-rays. He's doing a good trot when you're looking at him, and strong. But I think when I was in Touch Soul's October sale in UK last year, I buy 3 yearlings. It was only that 3 yearlings. I like it from all the sale.
Wow.
So I didn't buy the thing if I didn't like it.
Sure. So you can be quite
So
picky with the sales, like what you
yes,
want, and like you said, what you're looking for. Fair enough.
yes.
And you mentioned you bought more than 100 horses, right, last year. Do you have
Yes.
any horses we should keep an eye out for in the near future?
Actually, I buy a lots of horses. The horses of Racing Age sale, we buy a horse. It's named Menciano Duro. He is by Medaglia Duro. We buy him from Keeneland November horses of Racing Age sale for $160,000. And we think this horse, he will run in Saudi Cup night, I think.
Oh.
And hopefully he doing good for his honors. And I think this horse, he will be good, and hopefully he will be a good stallion in the future for Saudi.
Definitely. Great. So let's shift gears a little bit. I want to talk more about racing in Saudi. It has come a long way in such a short amount of time. Can you give us your thoughts on racing in Saudi?
The racing in Saudi every year going bigger and better. Every year after year, with Prince Bander and Mr. Tom Ryan. They are doing a very good job. Mr. Tom Ryan is doing a very good job with Saudi Cup in these days. He makes a very good job. I like his work. And the Prince Bander, when he come, we see the races in Saudi. It's going very better than we was a few years ago. But now, and I think the races just in Saudi Arabia, just in 2 years, will be, I think, the races in the world, the best horses in the world were coming.
Wow.
I think so.
So what do you think makes it the best in the world? Like prize money or horse diversity from all around the world? What's your...
For the money, I think so. It will be very strong soon.
For sure. What do you think the catalyst has been, to drive the success of racing in Saudi? Like to bring so many people from around the world into Saudi?
Yeah, like I said, that what Prince Bandar he did. He bought the best race in the world now, Saudi Cup.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And when you put like this race in your country, this is not easy. And now I think all the owners and in Saudi Arabia, they just want to say thank you for Prince Bandar. He put like this race in Saudi and makes all the people from the world coming to see us and see our country. So that's very good. So when you see in Saudi Cup, there is White Barrio and National Treasure and a lots of horses that are coming. And you see the best trainers, the best jockeys, the best horses. So it's very good when you see that happen in your country.
That's very true. Yes. So you mentioned at least one of your horse will join the Saudi Cup? Are there any other horses which you've been involved with that are going to run the Saudi Cup?
Like I said, this year we have a Menciana Duro. He will run in Saudi Cup night, and I think in the next year we will have more horses.
A few more.
But because in the first year we have Menciana Duro, and we sure he will doing well.
I really hope so for you, indeed.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts more globally on the Saudi Cup itself and the other events this year?
We have after Saudi Cup, we have King Abdulaziz Cup. It's for the 3-year-old horses for breeding in Saudi Arabia. It's like the Kentucky Derby. I think it's 5 million riyals money for that race.
Okay.
The top 3-year-olds in Saudi will run in that race. It's in March, I think, after the Saudi Cup, and it will be very strong horses there.
I can imagine for sure. And now I have on to the last question, actually. More generally, who do you think will win the Saudi Cup in 2024?
I will say National Treasure.
No, National Treasure. Great, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Naif, thank you so much for joining us today. That was very good.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure, and hopefully we do that again soon.
I hope so too. Let's wait after the Saudi Cup and let's see what's happening there.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a great day.
You as well. Bye-bye.